Oh yeah, it's wagon time.
Well, welcome to the first of many father and son car reviews. I'm Casey, and this is my father Graham. And the car we're reviewing today is what?
Volkswagen?
Yes, it's a Volkswagen Golf TDI Wagen Diesel. Okay, that's enough. So, this is a European regular car. These cars are a dime a dozen in Europe. Diesel station wagons. Although the crossover craze, from what I can see, has spread to Europe as well, with Ford killing the Fiesta in favor of its Puma crossover. But since we're in a country that, you know, planted a flag on the moon, we don't really care about that at the moment. So by the horsepower, I forget. I think up front is a 2-liter. I think it's a 2-liter diesel 4, making about, I think, like 150 horse and 170 pound-feet torque, maybe 200, but probably more because of a little secret that we'll get into later. So this is what I like to say is peak Europe. Just peak Europe. It's unmistakable. But what's the story behind this?
Well, this car was a recertified because of Dieselgate.
Yeah, we all know what that is.
Right. And nobody really wanted these cars. And since I drive a lot, I needed to get something that would be fun, sporty, good on fuel, comfortable, with lots of features.
And especially a lot of room, because honestly, you always tell me that when sometimes you look behind yourself and realize, you didn't realize you were driving a car with such a long wheelbase. Oh yeah, and another reason this car was also a replacement for your Acura TSX when the motor blew up. And at least the clutch still lasted 350,000 miles.
Right. And so this car, I'm the second owner, and it's been very reliable. The fuel mileage somewhere between 45 to 50 miles per gallon, which is excellent. And I don't baby it. It's not like I'm driving 55.
Yeah, because believe me, he has a crazy adventure on his car. Like the time those kids on those mini bikes in New Jersey smashed into us. Okay, they didn't smash into us, but that one kid, he like lost control. He's like, whoa! And he scraped the friggin' gash on the fuel tank. We'll get into that when we get into the exterior. So, I don't really get why people buy SUVs. Okay, look, there's a car in front of us. You can't see it, but there's another Volkswagen Golf wagon. I think that's the All-Track. That's like a more all-wheel drive, more crossover-y version that they make. And they still make them in Europe, and we don't get it, because us Yanks don't get cool stuff. At least we planted a flag on the moon.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Station wagons in America are not that popular, but they are the best all around performer. Better than an SUV, handle better, more comfortable.
And also it's a lot more low to the ground, which means better aerodynamics, which means better fuel economy. But that also means it will take a bit of a toll on your back to get into the seat, you know. This car has a very special place in my heart because this is the car I first learned to drive, and this is the car I got my driver's license in while I was peeing my pants and some pissed off cop was my passenger for a time. But I still remember the day like it was yesterday, July 2nd, 2021, that I ran out of this car screaming and bear hugged him when I got my license. Say it's the second wagon in our stead, next to my Suzuki wagon car.
That's for another review.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I already made that stupid review basically ripping off Doug DeMuro, so I think we've covered it already. Alright, anyway. So, soon we're going to have to find a good spot to pull over so I can drive and give it my take. But, these cars, ironically, you were talking about how they got it for cheap because of Dieselgate. Funny thing is now, a lot of the Dieselgate VWs, they were just outright crushed. talk transmission.
Sure.
This is a 7-speed DSG.
Yep.
And you could have gotten the manual. The Acura you used to have was a 6-speed manual, but you know, beggars couldn't be choosers, I guess. So all it needs to be is brown and manual, and then we could sell it for $30,000 on Bring a Trailer like all those Mercedes wagons.
Well, the DSG is an excellent transmission. Smooth, very smoothly. Shifts very smoothly.
Yeah, I know. Blah, blah, blah. We'll fix that in post. And speaking of that, forgive the absolute heckin' bad quality. You know, this is our first time doing it. We're probably going to be looking back at this. You know, our big mansion, I'll have the Skyline, you'll have the FDRX7, or the 68 Charge with the 440 Magnum in it. And we'll be looking at it like, man, this first video used to suck. Father and son car reviews used to suck, but we're still awesome.
This is true.
Yeah, hope it'll be true, but anyways, that's beside the point.
Well, back to the transmission we were talking
It
about.
has paddle shifters, which a lot of people kind of, I say it's an okay compromise. Like you can go here and shift it yourself, like with the stick or with the paddles.
On the wheel. Correct.
Yeah, which is, you say you don't really use it that often, and honestly, I think a lot of people that are non-enthusiasts that buy cars with paddle shifters never use it either. Like my mom's Subaru has paddle shifters, and she's never used them.
It does?
Yeah, it does. Even though it's a CVT that big
Big
shifts.
shifts. Good car for mom.
Yeah, it's a good mom car. Yeah, that's true. Because, you know, she broke her foot and couldn't shift manual anymore. But, anyway, you only use the shifting paddles for what again?
Sometimes to decelerate, to save on the braking if I need to.
Yeah, because believe me, he drives for a living, so he knows all the tricks of the trade.
Well, I try to be on top of my game.
I mean, you literally have a real slugger in the back in case someone tries to kick your ass.
Well, that's just to scare people away.
Yeah.
But I've not used it.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll never use it.
I'll never use it.
Maybe I'll put a flamethrower in the trunk of my car. Or the hatch.
The hatch.
Yeah, because remember the Suzuki Wagon R is a hatch.
That's right. I look at it as a wagon though. It's called a wagon.
Yeah, I know, it's Wagon R. Some people say, ooh, it's a van. But that'll be for review later. That will not be a ripoff of Dr. Hero. So, anyway, yeah, I think this gas station up ahead is a good place to pull in.
Exactly where we're going to turn around.
Okay. Alright, the GoPro is on. Now it's time for the next segment of the video, I think. Alright, now this is the exterior finished in a really nice, like, deep blue, like, navy blue color-ish. I say it's a really stylish looking car. Get out of the sun here for a moment, but, like, the front end is really nice. It's just so simple and clean, but it's sporty. It's sporty without being too flashy. And then we move on to the back, to the chunky butt in the rear. You have a ton of cargo room that would probably beat out most SUVs and crossovers of a similar size. And with the seats down, you could probably fit like a couch in this thing, maybe, or a TV. Or if you really want to get adventurous, there are these big roof bars that are that you could put, I don't know, a snowboard or a surfboard or a ski on for your alpine adventures in Europe. And I have a really nice dual exhaust down here. And I don't know if any VW nerds know if it sounds different than a regular stock TDI wagon, but my dad once told me he pulled up for gas at this one place, and this really savvy kind of guy came out and said, "That sounds like it has a tune on it." And believe me, I've driven it. It feels a lot faster than what I imagine a stock one feels like, because a lot of people say that these are slow. With the manual, yes, they're slower, but with the DSG, it's a lot faster, because a lot of people have to cope with the fact, sorry bud, manuals are slower than automatics now. I will say one thing, manuals are probably a lot more fun to drive, but this is fun in its own special way, even with two pedals. It's a little dirty, because obviously we've traveled, my dad has traveled all over in this thing. And let's see if I can show you that gash that those crazy kids left in Newark, New Jersey. Right there is the gash. I know, this car has its own crazy story to it, involving Dieselgate, Newark, New Jersey, and a whole lot of other things. That's the fuel tank for diesel and AdBlue. And a lot of diesel nuts say that, oh, it's bad, but the diesel fluid that that modern diesel engines have to take is good from what I hear, at least in this car. But some people who own Cummins or Power Strokes don't like that, and it's not getting that. I'm not really an expert on diesels, and personally, I don't like big diesel trucks because some kid in high school rolled coal on me once. But I think this segment has gone on long enough. I think it's time for my own take. But before we move on to my own take, let's look at the interior. We have tons of information that I don't think I can cycle through in one video. This car has like a friggin' encyclopedia's worth of information on it. And it's got a full power seat. But, look, Dad, Dad, I still remember when we first got in this car. This seat, the passenger seat, isn't fully powered, is it?
No.
Top of the line SEL version. Nope.
No power seat.
For the passenger. Because German cars have had a driver focused. And big pano sunroof. Really nice feature. And if the passengers don't get air, they at least get sun. But anyway, now it's time for my take on the driving impression. Oh, it's so weird to be driving on the other side of the car again. But I get used to it. We're not going to die. Yeah, anyway. Driving impressions. Since I have a bit of a bias for older cars, it's like, oh, it's dead, it's like a video game, but I can't really say that because, well, this is the car one of the cars I grew up with. This is the car I learned to drive on, barring our GMT 400 Chevy, but that's a review for later once it's out of the restoration shop. We'll probably have our own video on what it was like restoring that truck anyhow, but right now, you don't really realize it's a diesel until you really lay into it, like this! This car is a sleeper. With the right bolt-ons, you can modify this to be insane. I am a firm proponent in diesel performance, as long as it doesn't involve too much coal rolling. Though, honestly, if I was the owner of this, I would roll coal, but only on other diesel vehicles. Maybe like the Batman of coal rollers. I'm Batman. I coal roll at a vigilante. But steering, even though it's electronically assisted, it feels really good. VW has still tried to make as connected of an experience as possible with modern technology. And now let's see if we can put it in a sport mode. You shift down, now we're in S. The whole thing changes up. The whole dynamic has changed. Which I'm unleashing my inner car boomer. I'm like, ooh, all these newfangled gadgets. Despite the fact that I learned something. You can't see this, but on the dash just said Eco Tip, air resistance, closed windows. Because VW is trying to market these as economical, but now people laugh at that. Well, it's economical on fuel, but for the environment, not so much, but who really knows? It's recertified, it's all whatever. After Dieselgate, like VW, you put different electronics to make it not pollute, which a lot of people kind of gloss over. They don't really look at that. And a lot of companies actually have had their own Dieselgate before. Like Harley Davidson, they actually got in trouble with the same thing. Regular Car Reviews made a really good video, mentioned it in the video about the in a video for a Golf TDI hatch manual like this one. Anyway, I'm really glad this is the car I learned to stick on. Not stick. I made it just to learn to drive on, Dad. You know, you have been awfully quiet this whole video. You can talk as much as me, man.
Well, I'm just here to kind of fill in the blanks a little bit on the passenger side of things. Quite comfy.
Yep.
The seats are comfortable, but as Casey said, you know, the driver focused all the amenities over there. This has a power reclining, but everything else is manual.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, there's some cars that have a power driver's seat but a manual passenger seat, but this car has like a half power seat. It's the weirdest thing. Good. I was worried, oh shit, am I gonna hit the curb? Because, you know, I'm so used to driving over there.
Right.
This is like daily a K car because I'm insane. Taking us through a nice scenic area to go on the scenic route. Overall, it's just a perfect experience that a lot lot of people overlook it because of Dieselgate. Now that VW is going electric, they don't really want to keep diesels in their image, despite the fact in Europe they still sell diesels because people in Europe still buy diesels like crazy.
Well, you can't beat the performance, you can't beat the longevity of the engine, and the mileage is
Superb. Even if now in the world of crazy gas prices, diesel even more so, you're still paying out the booty for it, for diesel.
yeah. Diesel has gotten to be very expensive here, but I think it's temporary.
Yeah, and fact is, it's, this car burns the diesel pretty efficiently, unlike a Cummins. Okay, not really. No, I'm not a diesel expert. I could be talking out of my butt here. Because admittedly, I do have a bias against diesel trucks. I'm sorry, but I do. Not all of them are bro-dozers, I know that, but I just can't help it. So, should we make our own sort of review system? Should we make our own sort of score system? I mean, the only other car reviewer that does this is Doug DeMuro. Let's get a bit self-aware and meta here. Like, no other car review channel except Doug DeMuro has a review score. Like,
Well, I think after we do a couple of these, we'll come up with a criteria.
of course we will. All I will say is reliability is meh. That's like the only metric I can give. It's not as reliable as a Toyota, but it's not an unreliable pile of garbage like a Fiat 500, because those are, you want a lemon, look at like an original Fiat 500. They do have a lot of charm, cuteness, and style. Look at that, the bar. It's a spicy meat the bar. I hope we get a review on it, those. But you really pay for it in reliability.
Well, it's been completely reliable.
What about the time you bent a rim because the car's so
Well,
low? That's the only other
problem of roads in the wintertime.
Oh yeah, because this is
potholes.
This is New England, and there are potholes big enough to swallow small children.
Very expensive rims, look fantastic, but if you hit a pothole the wrong way, it's toast.
They will blow up. Yeah, and the time that we were in that storm and the alternator crapped itself and you had to like walk in the rain, but that was just that's the only time this car has left you stranded.
That's correct. Yep.
It is still to be seen whether this car will be as reliable as the Acura TSX.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Besides, we got a lot more crazy cars coming in the pipeline, hopefully, which will make tons of content on, such as a very special Mopar themed episode that'll come in, I don't know, 6 months' time or something, or somewhere thereabouts. Keep a very big eye on that by subscribing and clicking the funny bell and doing all the other fun things that would make us grow, hopefully. So, oh yeah, and another plug that I have to pull that will make you pull your hair out is my TeePublic store, Illustrated Garage. Go to Illustrated Garage by clicking the link in the description below, and buy a t-shirt, a sticker, or other designs that I have drawn up myself in Adobe Illustrator. I think they're pretty good. They're all right. I have sold a good amount of stuff of my own design at car shows. And hey, it'll pay for gas money because I still can't find a job yet. So, anyway, speed is immense. Like in Mexico, I drove it up to not 100 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, and you chastised me for it, rightfully so, because I admittedly have a lead foot, because I'm a dumb 19-year-old. He's terrified, because he's terrified of the way I drive.
I'm not terrified of the way you drive.
Anyway, let's find a nice, safe place to park to end this review.
How about the cul-de-sac?
No, creepy people will come to our house and send pipe bombs to our mailbox.
What if we just shoot it so you can't see the house?
Still, I don't know, man. Pipe bombs. We're the only car influencers from Connecticut that really have any. Okay, that's a lie. The Burnout Show is another group of car enthusiasts from Connecticut that do anything on their channel, but they're of a similar size to my main channel, Dita, which you're probably watching this on. Or potentially, if doesn't take off on the Dita channel, I'm probably gonna make my own channel for it. But it remains to be seen. It's for future us to worry about. We could we couldn't give two craps about future us right now, you know?
I hear you. So speaking of future us, where are we future going?
A place to end the video, because like I said, pipe bombs.
Well, this has been the first episode of Father and Son Car Reviews. As you can tell, I was a nervous wreck because I'm worried only two people will watch this, but I don't care. This was fun. This was a fun day. I hope we can do more. So this has been Father and Son Car Reviews on Dita or the future channel, who knows? And Das Auto.